Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to What's Up Wednesdays, the professionals at the Roundtable. Always brought to you by Healing Your Way, who you can find on Facebook, Instagram, uh, TikTok, Rumble, YouTube, all of the places. And if you like the podcast, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Drop us a comment. It really does help us out. Today we are joined by
Mike.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining. Today we have a very exciting topic. So we're talking about health coaching, which I feel like isn't talked about nearly enough. Mike, can you give us just a general understanding of health coaching, what it entails, how you got to where you are?
Sure. Well, first of all, uh, just for everyone out there, I'm new at this thing, so every day we learn new type of things. Everything like new information. Coaching is something that like you learn very specific things with very specific clients. So there's always room to improve. How I got into this, first of all, I decided to like take this route like over the summer. I basically I was overweight before summer, so I wanted to make improvement in my life. Decided to It was time for change. So where well I started where everyone would start in the beginning to make sure I get everything right, every information, every little tiny thing. So I decided to become certified in personal training and nutrition. So currently I'm certified in both. I finished all the course, everything, exams. So currently I'm personal trainer and nutritionist certified. And I also do Traeger. And uh, I do this because first of all, I want to see me living perfect life, like improved life, where I don't have to like bother thinking about my health. And second of all, I'm doing this is because I want to push people to be at their best shape and form, and live their best lives.
Absolutely. What have you learned in your classes and your certification and working with other people that you've been able to apply to your own life?
Well, I mean, obviously, you learn as a nutritionist, basic biology, as a personal trainer, how muscles work, all that, and like you might not realize that there are things that you will think, oh, it's not a big deal, but those small things add up. And if you let's say in a meal, and like then later it becomes a big thing. So that's the thing. Like you never know like what's hiding behind something. Like so going into this material over the summer, I realized that there is actually a lot learned out there that people don't know. So that's why I'm doing my own research to make sure I provide easiest and best way, uh, like if put this information out there for my clients and people out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're a certified nutritionist, right?
Correct.
What's your opinion on like those fad diets, like the ones that go viral and then crash out after a month or two?
I mean, obviously, there is like a lot of like a approach to this weight loss things, and like a thing with nutritionists and personal training. It's like everyone can become by taking this course and the final exam and all these quizzes. But like at the end of the day, like some people, mm, like they don't do enough research to be putting out all this information out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say before you even decide to like change your meals or like hop on any type of diet, make sure you do your own research or even ask someone who has knowledge about this topic.
Mm-hmm.
Because like there are diets out there that can like really damage you. You might be thinking it's good for you, but it might be really damaging for you. So I would say obviously do your research and me personally, my that's what I work on. I want my clients to put all their trust in me, so that's why I always always do my research. I always like if I want to give my clients any type of diet, I make sure first of all I experience it myself. You know, before I put my client through whatever that is.
Yeah. Well, what kind of diets have you tried?
Well, I tried 7 day dry fast. That's going 7 days without any food, water, any like nothing entered my mouth for 7 days straight. Um, well, that helps to basically clean out all your body, clean out all the toxins that you have been building up throughout your lifetime, and activating stem cells. And it was pretty, I would say, life changing step in my life because like with that cleanse also you lose body fat, and basically you can like after you finish that it's on you if you maintain that weight whatever you drop to or you go back up. So currently I mean my plan was to maintain and even go lower, and currently I'm making that progress. And yeah, I also currently like experimenting with the one of the this type of diet that Dr. P. It's one of the Indian doctors. He was also on not here podcast, but another very famous podcast, and he introduced like a diet, and he says that fasting is like one of the most important things for human life, and everyone should be fasting as feasting. So that's why our nature is we have to feast and we have to fast. So what you do with this is that like if you want to get better at it, you first put your client on 12-hour like fasting, and then you have 12 hours open window when you can eat. And that's for like 2 3 weeks, and then later on you increase the fasting hours. I mean, you heard intermittent fasting, right?
Right.
Yeah, and then you go to 18-hour to 6 hour window. So basically, you fast for 18 hours, and then you have gap for 6 hours to eat, and that's how it should be. Like personally, that's what I do. That's how it's supposed to be done. 18 hours fast, 6 hours eating time period, and that's like a I would say optimal, mm, window for humans because the earlier you eat like before going to the bed you actually get better sleep too. So that's like suggested that you eat before like at least 4 hours before you go to the bed.
Yeah.
So personally what I do is like 6 p.m. I try to eat before 6 p.m. or around 6 p.m. maybe my last meal, and then I can break my fast like 12 o'clock next day.
Mm.
And then
After sex.
also one of the another way is like it's called OMAD. So one meal a day for 9 days, and then you put the client goes through 3 day fasting where he or she, whatever their pronouns are, can only drink like water, black coffee, or black tea. So during that fasting stage, your body enters into ketosis, and you actually start burning those visceral fat. That's like that produces toxins that is bad for us. So during that 3 days, you activate your ketosis and you start burning it. So that's why it's actually helpful method.
Somebody in the chat wants to know if you can share more on dry fasting and how hard it was to do, or if it was hard to do.
I mean, obviously, it was pretty strange experience and pretty hard because I mean, first of all, it's just mental game of you not eating or drinking anything for next 7 days. But my decision was made like this. I would say day before. I just randomly decided that. I mean, I had in my mind that I wanted to do it, and I guess I automatically started to get myself ready because like couple weeks already I've been eating like one meal a day, maybe two meals a day. So like like if I didn't feel hungry, I would not force myself to eat. So I guess like I was automatically getting my body ready for that. So one day I just decided, okay, I'm just doing it because one day or another I have to experience it. So I just started doing it. First day is, I would say, pretty easy. You don't notice anything. Second day, that's when your glucose level starts to drop, and so like your liver gets activated and all that, pancreas. So and the next day, when body realizes that like you don't have any food or any liquid in your system, that's already get ketosis. As I mentioned, ketosis state. That's when your body starts to break down this fat and all the useless cells that we have in body. So after breaking down these fat cells, we start to produce actually water in our body. So that's why like people might think, oh, 7 day dry fast. I mean, everyone I told it that that was their first reaction. But I thought we couldn't go for 3 days without water. What happened to that? But that's actually a full study. I mean, I went through it, and you can also see the progress that throughout the days after you realize you're losing more weight. So that means more visceral fat is getting broken down in your body. You also see in your urine, it's noticeable that you're actually getting hydrated. So, like, there is a proof of that we actually produce water, and it's called water of life, which is produced by fat. Then fourth day, I would say the hardest fourth day is pretty easy because then as I mentioned, you start producing water and you feel better. Fifth day, I would say was the hardest for me because that's when you get hit with like low energy. But I think with me, I was actually like shadowing and doing observation hours, so I was moving pretty much when you're not supposed to move. So you're supposed to lay down, like take a break, all that, like be outside, just enjoying life during those 7 days. But I had pretty tight schedule, school, so I had to move around, and that's I would say that's the reason. That's the only reason. Like I started to feel the low energy, but day six you get better, and day seven you don't even feel it. And if my suggestion would be if you have any type of mm, like there are some diseases that I mean not this episode might maybe later we can go through like serious issues. It can cure actually serious issues, and all these experiments are done. So if you want to actually like see progress and be cured from all those diseases, like it's recommended to go around 11 days, so it eliminates any toxin or any virus that we have in our body or bad tissue, that is, and we get cleansed out.
Mhm. And then also from the chat, if you do fasting, do you just gain weight back when you start to eat?
um Great question. Like I said, it's on you if you want to like maintain that weight that you achieved like after fast, or go back to it, because after fast is done, like you break the fast with simply just water and baking soda, because you have to restore all the sodium levels in your body. And after that, for first 2 days it's just water, and you have to make sure like for next 2 weeks you avoid any type of sugar. But I'm talking about like not fruit sugars, like all those bad sugars,
Like a Hershey
because
bar?
yeah, you have to avoid those, because our pancreas after the fast is very sensitive. So the moment glucose enters our body, pancreas just basically transforms it into fat. So that's how you might gain weight back. For me, like after that, I also like I never drank gallon of water a day before that 7 day dry fast. So after that, I just bought myself a big gallon of hydro flask, and I started drinking gallon of water every day after fasting. And like I guess like you feel more full. Like you don't need like that big amount of food after fasting, because obviously your stomach also gets a little smaller, so
Mhm.
smaller portions makes you fuller. So it's on you. If you continue eating smaller portions, like you will maintain that weight, maybe even lose. If you go into calorie deficit and that's your goal, you can do that too. But again, if you start eating heavy again, obviously that weight going come back to you.
Is it dangerous to go from like your 7 day dry fast to like your first meal being like a pretty big heavy meal?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I had food on third day. First day I just drank water and mineral water. Next day I introduced like bone broth, beef broth, personally. And third day I just had mm, simple steamed wedges. Like that was my first meal. And then you pick it up from there. Steamed veggies, yogurt, and coffee, like all those type of stuff.
Mm.
Probiotics, and you slowly start to build up. I would say, like, obviously, if someone has to go through it, like there's a book. Either you read that, or maybe you go to talk someone who went through it and gives you an advice of what to do. Like in the book, there's specific days that they are there, like written down, and you just have to follow what to eat and whatnot.
Mm. They've got it like all mapped out for you.
Yeah. Like my personal like what I achieved when I started, I was like 196 pounds,
Mm.
and like currently I'm like 178.
Oh wow. So you've had like huge success with it.
Yeah. I
That's
lost I lost like 16. I lost, I think, 16 pounds. Yeah. And then
awesome.
obviously I was at the gym just experiencing and doing cardio and calorie deficit, and that's also helping.
Mm. So you're still in a deficit?
Yeah. I'm still currently like losing weight, and that's my goal, to get in shape. Yeah.
Mm. So how do you figure out, I feel like one of the hardest things is people say I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to eat in a deficit, and then they just jump straight to
Yeah.
1200 calories. Like
Yeah,
that's the default.
that's yeah, that's crazy. That's not how it's supposed to be done. Obviously, the simplest way to figure out, like, if someone wants to do calorie deficit, if you don't have nutritionists, or don't know anyone who has knowledge about the topic, you can just go on internet, type in calorie calculator. You just plug in your height, weight, like, how active you are, and it will, like, it might be not specific numbers and on that, but like it will give you an estimate of what your maintenance calories should be, what your bulking calories should be, and what your cutting calories should be, based on your activity levels. So if you want to try that out, but I would definitely suggest to do that first, because, like, depends on the person. Most of the people, like, should be eating around 2,500 calories. So dropping to 1,200, like, it will drastically cause changes in our body, and that will definitely not be good for us.
Yeah. You're like a zombie at that point.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so somebody said, what are the benefits of fasting and why should I do it? I know you've kind of highlighted a few different points,
Yeah.
but sell us on it.
So fasting is important because you have to restart your insulin resistance levels. So that by that I mean, when you eat food, insulin levels go up. So basically, what that does is it picks all the glucose from the bloodstream and transforms it into the fat. So that's how people like get diabetes and that type of diseases. So fasting should be done because like all the unnecessary fat that we have, visceral fat, it's located on liver, pancreas, also on arteries on our heart. So when we fast, like basically those fats are getting eliminated, which is bad for us, and that helps us to live optimal life.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they also want to know, what's your opinion on the bulking and cutting fad that many are doing right now, and does it affect the metabolism, or how does it affect the metabolism?
Um, so that's basically when gym bros like they bulk and cut, right? I
Yeah.
would say, based on research, it's not recommended because it messes up. First of all, it messes up with our hormones, and also it it might not might it's definitely messing up with our basic metabolic rate. So our metabolism also gets messed up, which might cause later inflammation and all the bad stuff for our body. So that's definitely not good
Yeah.
and not recommended because if like there are better ways to bulk and cut. Like you just have to decide and like if there's a specific weight goal you want to achieve, like you just have to follow the plan. Like you cannot just go up and down, up and down, up and
Yeah.
down.
And you said something about diabetes earlier, and it reminded me of, God, what's it called? You're gonna think I'm a little challenged. Is it insulin resistant food? Insulin
You
something
like it?
food?
What you're looking for?
Something, I think it's insulin something food. I can't remember the middle word.
Okay,
Or some kind of food that doesn't spike your insulin. Something like that.
so that's low glycemic index foods.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. What kinds of foods are those? What are the benefits?
So low glycemic foods is like basically like it like estimates of how this food raises your blood sugar levels and
Mm,
once it enters the system. So every food has like different glycemic index. So there are three types, like low glycemic, medium glycemic, and high glycemic food list. But thing also with this is like some food might be high in and funny thing is the other day I was scrolling on TikTok and someone was actually trying to give out advice about this glycemic index, and he was saying that yeah, we should not be eating this high glycemic index foods because obviously it raises our insulin and glucose levels. But then there's second part to it, which is glycemic load. So basically, how does this works is that whatever the glycemic index of the food is, you time that to the like quantity of carbohydrates of servings in grams, and then you divide that by 100. So great example of this would be like watermelon, because watermelon is high GI food. So based on glycemic index, watermelon should be spike in our insulin levels. But when we calculate with glycemic load, that means like how many like what's the quantity in the grams? Like it's so low that it actually doesn't even affect our blood sugar levels. So that's why you can eat like even half of watermelon and you will be good. Also, when food like thing is like food gets mixed up. You don't just eat one specific thing. Like that can be high glycemic index, and because of that, like once food gets mixed, like then you have to calculate the combination of how does this combination increase your insulin levels. S- So based on food combinations, it might affect us differently. You know?
yeah. And I mean, that makes sense because I like a buffet. Things gonna ingredients.
Mm,
Ingredient foods matter. Um, have you worked with clients on weight loss, and what has your experience been with them? Have you had good success?
well, since I'm like new and just starting, I worked with a couple clients who I offered like free water free trial
Mhm.
basically. So it was basically close to my family. So I had multiple clients, and I would say, yeah, I've been seeing results. One of my cousins, I think, we started not even a month ago, and he already lost six pounds. So he's definitely showing some progress. Also, my sisters are on plan. My other cousins are also on a plan. I also have my friends. I'm building nutrition plans for my friends too, and yeah, it's definitely going well. And
Yeah.
I'm also learning through this process, like what they eat. Like they might show me some other food that might be great for all this cutting and weight loss that I might not have knowledge about.
Yeah. And life is a learning
Yeah,
experience.
I'll be-
100%.
yep,
I mean, I'm a dog trainer. I've been dog training since I was 19, maybe, so 5 years now. And there's still times that like I'm meeting with a client and they ask me a question and I'm like, I don't know, but I'll find out for next time.
yeah,
And I feel like there's more respect to be had for people who can say, "Hey, I don't know," or "Hey, I'm still learning," as opposed to people who just talk out the side of their mouth to make stuff up to
yeah.
accomplish a task. So, be proud of yourself.
Mhm.
Um, so when you're working with all these different kinds of people, because no two people are the same,
Yeah.
do you find that most of them are coming to you with like similar goals, or are they looking for wildly different results?
Mostly I had clients that are looking for like weight loss, but
Mhm.
in future, definitely it is expected to have clients with multiple issues and like stuff that maybe I never heard of, but like as I said, I'm here to learn, and
Yeah.
uh, I'm always ready for it. But yeah, for now, I only had like clients who are working with weight loss,
Mhm.
and they are showing pretty good results.
Good. What does a healthy weight loss journey look like?
Mm, I mean, it might be boring for some people, but if you actually learn how to enjoy it, I would say it's pretty entertaining process because you're actually like looking yourself change in front of your eyes and like drastic life changing steps. I mean, for me, that's how it was, and still is. Currently, I'm taking steps in my life that will definitely change the course of how my life will go.
Yeah. Have you ever kind of hit a bump in the road where you just wanted to say screw it?
Yeah, I mean, before all this knowledge I had and how I would say. Mm, Currently, I'm a senior undergraduate, but my freshman, sophomore year, like I was in a gym maybe for a week and then 2 week pause, then going back to gym for maybe 2 weeks and then I don't know, 2.5 week pause and all that. Like I didn't know what to eat, how to eat, like
Mm.
like I didn't know the price of eating clean food and how it actually helps you and benefits you as a person. So after learning that, I also improved my cooking skills throughout these years. So now I can actually make my meals more enjoyable, and that's what I mean by making process entertaining. Like you don't have to eat plain food to lose weight. You can you can make 5-star course meals and still be in calorie deficit.
Yeah. What kind of meals do you make?
I mean, mostly protein, any source of protein, fish, chicken,
Mm.
beef. Uh, low since I'm in calorie deficit, like I'm eating less carbs. So, but mostly I eat those carbs before the gym. So carb is also like fast source of energy. So when you have this carbs before the gym, like that gives you extra push. So that's when I eat my carbs and sweet potatoes, fiber, probiotics, yogurt, those kind of stuff.
Someone from the chat said, "What was your diet before starting on this journey, and what do you feel about your old self when you look back and see those habits that you had?"
My diet, I had to had soda with every meal I had. No matter what I was eating, I had to have soda. But well, first, obviously, I was drinking like the old, the 43 gram sugar cans. So then I kind of went to diet cans, and then after the after this summer, I don't even drink any soda, not even with my meals. I started just enjoying water, and like I feel once you start enjoying these little small pieces in life, like life just gets better. Like people don't actually appreciate the value of water, you know. And
Mhm.
this 7 day dry fast just actually showed me like what am I missing out. So that's why I just got this gallon of flask right here. So I'm just making sure I check that every day. And going back at it and looking myself habits, one of the worst habits mentions drinking soda, junk food, because like you might be thinking, yeah, this junk food might not be doing something, but it contains such a high sodium levels that like you just be always walking around inflamed, and the like you're it's not made for our body, you know. The
Mhm.
my saying is just made God made food, not man made.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
always just think about when you look at like fruit snacks versus berries,
Mm.
you're
I
trying to
mean,
replicate the taste, but
fruit.
you can't come close.
Yeah, fruits. Fruits are definitely great snacks. Like snack wise, I would say. Oh, I was snacking on chips and all the hot Cheetos, all that. But
Mhm.
like like there are fruit out there that might like you might pick it up, and yeah, it will actually become like a part of your everyday life. And I would say I encourage people to do that. Find their fruit. Uh, some of the fruit might actually contain fiber, which is like jam and fruits. So eating that would actually help you with that weight loss and with your bowel movement or digestive system. So definitely get that fiber in. And fruit is great way to snack throughout, like
Yeah.
between your meals.
I will also say if you have like a wicked sweet tooth,
Hmm.
cotton candy grapes are
Mm.
probably the best thing that I've
Yeah.
found so far to curb that. It's like the
Also, yeah. Also, there's I just me and my friends just found out it's called Drizzlicious. I mean, I'm still experimenting with it. It's rice, small rice cakes with like different flavors, but it actually has chia seeds in it, flaxseed in it. So it actually helps you with your digestive system, and like it's only 90 calories per 24 piece. So after 5 piece, like my sweet tooth is gone. So yeah,
that's not
that's one of the snacks currently I'm implementing in my diet. Also, there are like great protein ice creams out there, which like there might be like 300 calories for a pint,
mm,
and like if you have a sweet tooth, just maybe 2 3 scoops like should be enough to get rid of that sweet tooth.
I love sweet tooth
Yeah, yeah,
recommendations.
yeah. There are a lot of options out there that I still have to figure out, but
Mm,
yeah, ba- just do just do your research. Simple research might uh like help you find something that can follow throughout your lifetime.
Yeah.
You
Finding
know?
out what fits in the best in your life.
Yeah.
Um, what is your recommendation for exercise for an older person? I want to be healthy, but I have a hard time getting my body moving.
Mm. So I mean, older people, I would say best exercise for older people is just walking. But if you cannot walk, or there is some type of resistance that doesn't let you walk, I would say like the resistance band training. I guess resistance bands could be easier for a lot of old people. When I was doing shadowing in rehab centers, like for a physical therapist. Like some old people actually came there, and the first thing they do is resistance bands, and that's how they work on older people. But yeah, best form of exercise for older people is just walking
Yeah.
because that's what their body can handle
Yeah.
most.
I think um I think with dogs they do like aqua therapy,
Mm.
and I feel silly comparing people to dogs, but maybe
Like that's when they put the dogs in water and they walk
on the
on
little
the right.
treadmill,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and it takes the
Uh,
pressure off the joints.
yeah,
So maybe
yeah, yeah.
like pull
Actually,
exercises.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Older people actually be doing those type of exercises, but you need like I believe you need like a physical therapist, supervision for that. So yeah, pull exercises are definitely great too. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Low high intensity.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy. Um, what kind of exercises have you found work well to achieve your personal goals?
Well, currently I'm doing like boxing as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like those punching bag, whatever footwork. I also do treadmill, incline cardio. Well, I also if I would say also this one is good for like older people, not old, but a little younger than older people who can just do this. Um, elliptical, it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's that's also one of the great forms of cardio because it helps you get that heart rate into fat burning zone if
Mm-hmm.
if that's your goal, obviously, but also helps you to do the aerobic exercises and helps you with that cardiovascular health.
Mm-hmm. So you said get your heartbeat into the fat burning zone. Is
Yeah,
that actually?
yeah, that's actually a thing. So I would say if your goal is to burn fat, you have to like try to get your heart rate between 150 to 180, and that's the zone that works for most people. Or if that doesn't work for you, there's like special formula that you can calculate your max VO2 max, which is like the max you can go, max heart rate you can go up to, like yeah. But you can definitely search it out. But if you want to just start and experiment with it, 150 to 180 works
Mm-hmm.
for most people, works for me, and that would be my suggestion to work in that. Because like the trend I'm noticing for people who work out, like they just start on a treadmill, and it's great to walk, but if your goal is to like burn fat, I would say even 15 minutes of that 150 to 180 radius would do much more than just walking for like 45 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
if your goal is fat loss.
And
Yeah,
it makes for a quicker gym
yeah,
session.
yeah.
Do you recommend stretching regularly for people to keep from being stiff, or is it not so good if you don't warm up your body?
Obviously stretching is number one thing, like even before going to sleep. or maybe even after you wake up, stretch morning exercises. But before my boxing, like me and my friend always stretch. You have to make sure that your muscles are fluid. That's one of the main points of Traeger I mentioned. Like I also do Traeger practice, which is like a therapy that helps to like get that fluid in the muscles and calm your neural system. So
10 out
definitely,
of 10.
yeah, and definitely stretching helps to keep that fluidity in our body, and like on a long run, it helps to maintain our joints in perfect shape and those tendons.
Is there such a thing as overstretching?
Maybe,
Mm.
maybe like you don't have to. Thing is, with stretching, you don't have to hurt yourself. You just have like you will know when that muscle is stretched. Like you will feel that stretch, but I would say you have to hold that for a little time period. You can just let's say doing the toe touches, like just dropping and bending over. Like once you feel that hamstring stretch, like you don't have to like straight up get up. You have to like stay there for a bit to make sure that muscle gets fully stretched.
Mhm. I like this question for you. If I do a health coaching program, if I can read it, if I
Mm,
do a health coaching program with you, what would it look like? Nutrition and exercise. I'm in the middle, or I'm in my midlife and looking to lose weight. Looks like we have a potential client.
mm. So currently I'm only doing like nutritionist part
Mhm.
because like if you get a client coming into you and they see like you're not in shape, like you cannot just give tell them that you're a personal trainer and you will promise them to get them in best shape of their life. So currently I'm trying to get in best shape of my life so I can like show people that these results are actually achievable. With a nutritionist, what it would look like they just contact me. I have some couple forms that people fill out, like answer questions about their medical history, what their goal is, and then I after that, when I decide if I want to continue with a client, and it's not like something crazy that doctor has to be involved on specific practitioner, then I send out another form which is more deep and like it has more questions. So like I learn the patient and what their purpose is and what their goal is, and then from that on, like I asked my clients to just write down, like currently, like a log sheet, write down everything that they eat for like 4 days to 7 days. I'm not involved in that. I just let them do that, like to just see what their eating habits are, how they eat throughout the day, if they breakfast, lunch, dinner, and from that point on, then I base like, okay, so this client loves this, that, and I try to create a plan that matches their lifestyle, so transformation will be much easier for them
So it's
into this new
personalized.
life. Yeah, yeah. So it would the transition will be much easier for them from that
Mhm.
bad habits into cleaner habits.
Yeah. So this is more of a personal question, so feel free to answer or not answer. But with where you're at in your journey,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that you have so many different people to look forward to
Yeah.
helping, is there a specific way or tactic outside of just hitting the books to help yourself feel confident and look forward to the journey that's ahead of you?
Like as a nutritionist, you're asking?
Yeah, and then as a nutritionist, as a health coach, I mean, there's a whole world of people out there that have yet to meet Mike, right?
Mm, mm-hmm.
And you're in the beginning right now. Like that's the most exciting
Yeah.
part.
So like I kind of get it question, but I kind of don't get it. So let's reward it a little bit. Just
Okay.
a little.
Let's keep the same question but maybe make it a little bit different.
Okay.
What are you looking forward to the most? More so on a personal aspect in terms of growth.
Hmm.
When you think about the future and looking at all these people that you have to help.
Yeah. First of all, my main goal is to be a physical therapist currently, but this nutrition and like a personal trainer, I started because I was working in a maybe some of the audience might know I was working as a scribe in the ER department, emergency department.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like there I actually saw people who suffer from these diseases that can be cured from beginning, and they don't have to even go through this, and they don't have to come to the ER once every 2 days, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my main point, like main changing point that made me take this step, because I want to help people to like change their lives before it gets to a point where they have to start doing these ER trips, you know? Like it's so simple that simple changes that can actually like help change your life drastically. Like you just have to make small changes to live better life, and that's what my main goal is, to put all this information out there for people to make sure they actually enjoy their lives and live their optimal life.
Yeah, absolutely. So it seems it's all driven by
Yeah,
passion is
yeah,
really what it sounds like.
yeah.
Are you taking new clients right now or are you trying to kind of stay a little bit close knit?
Well, slowly, I'm expanding my client list
Mm-hmm.
because we have new Healing Your Way clinic on the way. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely, yeah, I'll be working as one of the nutritionists. So definitely, I'm open to like take it into new client, but I also want my clients to keep in their mind that like I'm a beginner nutritionist
Yeah,
too. So we both will be going through this journey together. And if they're willing to do that, I'm also open to that.
yeah. For anybody who's interested, is there a way for them to find you right now? Anywhere that they can get in contact with you?
Mm, well, they can reach out to Healing Your Way at Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Or also, we have a website. I can also be found on a website. And if anything, my email, which is my last name, first name, but I don't know, it's my last name is crazy. So
Just hit up
we,
healingyourway.com, find all
yeah,
the info that
you
you need.
you'll be able to find me there. Go on healingyourway.com and my picture will pop up right there.
I love it. Well, we've got a journey ahead of us, and I'm so
Yeah,
happy that you're joining the team. Are
yeah.
you are you excited? Are you anticipating big
I,
things?
yes, I am very excited because thing is, I see improvement in my life. I'm starting to enjoy my life. So sharing this knowledge to people out there and actually helping them enjoy their life makes me enjoy my life. So it's a like happy process that
I love
I
it.
love to go through.
I love it. I love the passion that's behind it. I'm very excited to see, even just a month or 2 months from now, what kind of new knowledge you might have to share with us.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we've covered a lot of really good stuff today, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe so.
Perfect. So I think we're going to wrap it up right here. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you guys so much for joining us today. As always, you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Rumble, all the places. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, do all of the things. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. And I'll
Thank
see
you
you
for
guys
having
next
me.
week. Bye,
Thank
guys.
you guys.